Welcome to our pregame show. We start off in Pittsburgh. We're 2 days after the All-Star game. The long-delayed Three Rivers Stadium opened. Cincinnati went to Pittsburgh for the inaugural game. Bottom of the sixth. Cincinnati's leading 2-0. Then for Pittsburgh, Matty Alou leads off with a double. He moves to third on a fielder's choice. Clemente drives him in with a single, making Matty Alou the first member of the Pirates to score at Three Rivers Stadium. Bob Robertson gets hit by a pitch, and with two men on, Willie Stargell hits a three-run homer. Puts the Pirates up 4-2. The Reds tied the game in the top of the eighth. Go to the bottom of the ninth. It is 4-4. Clay Carroll pitching for Cincinnati. Willie Stargell leads off with a double. Freddie Patek singles. Stargell tries to score the winning run, but he is thrown out at the plate. Freddie Patek takes second. And then Bill Mazeroski singles, scoring Patek, and Pittsburgh wins their first game at Three Rivers Stadium 5-4. And then the next night, the Reds come gunning. It's Gary Nolan versus Doc Ellis. And Cincinnati smacks Pittsburgh pretty hard, 11-2. Pete Rose has 4 RBIs in that game. Including a home run. And Pittsburgh, or Cincinnati rather, remains in first place. They have a comfortable lead right now in the National League West. They are 10 games ahead of second place Houston Astros. We move to the NL East, where the New York Mets are trying to hold off the second place Chicago Cubs. The Mets travel to Los Angeles. And Thursday night, Los Angeles is leading the game 3-1 in the eighth inning. And then everything just falls apart for the Dodgers. Jim Brewer comes in to pitch, walks the first two men. Then run scores on a fielder's choice. Bud Harrelson singles, Ron Swoboda walks, bases loaded with 2 outs. And Duffy Dyer singles, scoring 2. Ken Singleton pinch hits. He doubles, scoring another 2. Pena comes in to pitch for the Dodgers. And Cleon Jones singles, scoring. Ken Singleton, and the Mets take a 7-3 lead, and they end up winning the game 7-3. But then last night, it's Tom Seaver against Don Sutton, and Seaver is not sharp in the first inning, similar to how he was during the All-Star game when he wasn't sharp either. Dodgers score three. They go up 3-1. Score another run in the fifth, and then in the top of the eighth, the Dodgers lead 4-1. And Art Shamsky hits 2-run homer to close the gap to Dodgers 4, Mets 3. And then in the ninth inning, with one out and runners on first and second, there's a wild pitch. Leaving both runners in a scoring position. At this point, Joe Moeller is pitching for the Dodgers. Sutton had to be removed for an injury. So runners on second and third, one out. Jerry Grody strikes out, and then Moeller entices the Mets hitter Don Clendenon to ground out, preserving the 4-3 Dodgers win. The Dodgers spent most of the season in last place, but they were able to leapfrog over San Diego in their final series before the All-Star break. So the Dodgers have moved up to fifth place. They're 13 games back. In the National League West, there's only 4 games separating the second place Astros and sixth place Padres. In the American League East, the night after the All-Star break, Thursday night, are Boston and Cleveland, the first, second, and third place team, all lost. While the New York Yankees swept a doubleheader from Oakland. That puts them only a game behind. That put them only a game behind the third place Indians and a game and a half behind the second place Red Sox. Last night, all 4 of the teams won. Baltimore smacked the Twins hard, 14-2. Sam McDowell shut out the Royals 3-0. And Ray Culp shut out the Brewers 5-0, and he struck out 12. And the Yankees beat Oakland again 3-1. So let's see what the Yankees. So the Yankees have a 3-game winning streak. In the American League West, first place Angels have lost their first two games since the break at Washington. Minnesota so far beat Baltimore Thursday night and lost to Baltimore yesterday. So they remain 4 games out. California still has the best one loss average in the major leagues right now. They're 56 and 32 with a winning percentage of 636. In a one division American League team, they'd be a game and a half ahead of Baltimore. And in a one division National League, Cincinnati would be 2 games ahead of the first place Eastern Division New York Mets. Mets are a game and a half ahead of the Cubs. And so far, the Cubs, they've won their 2 games since the break ended, playing against Houston. All right, we'll be back shortly with the game of the week. It's the game of the week. We're at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles as the first place New York Mets take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Jerry Koosman gets the start for New York. He's made 8 starts. He's 3-1 with an ERA of 2.96. He is 1-0 with an 1.23 ERA against the Dodgers. He'll be opposed by Claude Osteen for Los Angeles, who's made 22 starts on the year. He's 12-6 with an ERA of 3.99. This is his third start against New York. He is 1-1 with a 4.15 ERA. It's 82 degrees, wind speed 6 miles per hour, right to left. Bud Harrelson, it's fly ball to center field. Willie Crawford has it, 1 out. The Mets starting lineup will be Bud Harrelson batting first, the shortstop. Batting second, the left fielder, Cleon Jones. Batting third, the first baseman, Don Clendenin. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Tommy Agee. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Ron Swoboda. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Joe Foy. Batting seventh, the catcher, Duffy Dyer. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Ted Martinez. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Jerry Koosman. On defense, the Dodgers will have Wes Parker at first, Ted Sizemore at second, Maury Wills at short, Billy Grabarkowitz at third, Manny Mota in left, Willie Crawford in center, Von Joshua in right, Jeff Torborg catching, and Claude Osteen on the mound. Batting second is Cleon Jones. He's hitting .308 with 4 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Gets bouncer to first. Parker's up with it. He flips it to Osteen. But Jones is safe. He beat it. Jones beat it out. Here's Here's Don Clendenin, first baseman. He's hitting 241 with 8 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Ball 1. Ball 2. It's fly ball to left. Mota drifting back. It is off the wall. Jones rounding third. Heading for home. Clendenin is in with a stand-up double, and New York takes an early 1-0 lead. Here's Tommy Agee, the center fielder. He's hitting 300, 8 home runs and 53 runs batted in. He's hitting 300 in July. It is July 18th now, and the second half of the season is underway. Called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's fly ball to left. Mota drifting back, but it's gone. Home run for Tommy Agee. That's home run number 9 for Agee. And the Mets lead 3-0. Here's the right fielder, Ron Swoboda. He's hitting 245 with 11 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Here's a 2-0 pitch. It's fly ball to center. Willie Crawford is back, and he's got it. 2 outs. And here's the third baseman, Joe Foy. Hitting 212, 4 home runs, and 34 runs batted in. Joe Foy started out with the Red Sox. Went over to Kansas City last year in the expansion draft, and then was traded to the Mets. He's hitting 159 in July. Here's a 2-2 pitch. It's a grounder to first. Parker's up with it, and he'll take it himself. And it's 3 outs. But the Mets get 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the first. Mets 3, Dodgers coming to bat. Dodgers starting lineup. Batting first is the left fielder, Manny Mota. Batting second, the first baseman, Wes Parker. Batting third, the second baseman, Ted Sizemore. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Billy Grabarkowitz. Batting fifth, the catcher, Jeff Torborg. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Maury Wills. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Willie Crawford. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Von Joshua. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Claude Osteen. The Mets on defense will line up with Don Clendenin at first, Ted Martinez at second, Bud Harrelson at short, Joe Foy at third, Cleon Jones in left, Tommy Agee in center, Ron Swoboda in right, Duffy Dyer catching, and Jerry Koosman's on the mound. Koosman has been having a very difficult season. He has left games with injuries 4 times this year. And the most serious was in the game of April 29th when he missed a month. Then he left the game on June 20th. In his first appearance back on July 4th, he was injured again after pitching 2 innings. And this is his first appearance since July 4th. With Koosman injured the way he has and only has 3 runs to his credit, and Tom Seaver is having an up and down year. It seems surprising that the Mets are in first place, but they're getting good pitching from guys like Ray Sadecki, Nolan Ryan, Tug McGraw, and Ron Taylor. And they brought up a kid from Tidewater, Danny Frisilla. Well, Frisilla, he's had some time with the big club with the Mets, but he's pitching well since he came up. He's only 24. The Dodgers, on the other hand, are short-handed right now. They have Willie Davis and Andy Costco on the bench with injuries. Davis might be able to play sometime this weekend, and Costco will probably be available next week. And then on top of that, they have Bill Sudeikis and Bill Russell are both away from the team right now, serving their military reserve duty. Their leaving coincided with Ted Sizemore coming off the disabled list, and Steve Garvey was called up from Spokane to fill in the lineup also, or the roster rather. Here's Manny Mota. Mota's hitting .315 with no home runs and 32 runs batted in. He has a 9-game hitting streak. It's a fly ball to left. Cleon Jones is there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Wes Parker. Sitting .329, 8 home runs and 45 runs batted in. Here's a 2-2 pitch. He hits a fly ball to left. Jones near the line. He's got it. 2 outs. A couple days ago, both of the managers today, Walter Alston and Gil Hodges, were among the brain trusts that led the National League to a 6-4 victory over the American League in the All-Star game. That was the first National League win in the All-Star game since 1965. Here is Ted Sizemore, second baseman. He's hitting .331, 1 home run and 30 runs batted in. Sitting .375 against lefties. 3-1 pitch. It's fly ball to left. Jones takes it. 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We played 1 at Dodger Stadium. Mets 3, Dodgers 0. Cleon Jones, he was a busy man out there. For the Mets in the second, it'll be Duffy Dyer, Marty Martinez, and Jerry Koosman. Duffy Dyer's hitting .254 with 3 home runs and 23 runs batted in. He's been a pretty good backup this year for Jerry Grote. Sitting .190 in July. The 1-2 pitch. It's a grounder to short. Wills up with it. The first, 1 out. Here is Ted Martinez. He is making his big league debut today. It's a recent call-up from Tidewater. This is his first major league at-bat. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a base hit into left field. Maury Wills gets the cutoff throw. And he tosses that ball to the coach. The Mets coach, so that Ted Martinez could have the ball that he got his first big league hit off of. Here is Jerry Koosman. That coach that he threw it to was the incomparable Yogi Berra. Here is Jerry Koosman. He's hitting 100. No home runs, no RBIs. He is 1 for 10 on the season. Infield is playing in for the bunt. Bunts at the third. Grabarkowitz to Sizemore covering first. 2 outs. Martinez takes second on the sacrifice. Here is Bud Harrelson. He is 0 for 1. He flied out to deep right center in the first inning. He's hitting .429 against Los Angeles with a home run and 5 RBIs. Ball 1. Strike 1. Caught the edge. Ball 2. Nearly got away. Ball 3. It's a grounder to the pitcher. Osteen to Parker. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Mets 3, Dodgers nothing. Bottom of the second for the Dodgers will be Billy Grabarkowitz, Jeff Torborg, and Maury Wills. Grabarkowitz is hitting .293, 8 home runs, 44 runs batted in. He made the team in spring training as a utility player, and he's been playing third base and shortstop. Been doing some alternating at third base with Bill Sudeikis, and he filled in at shortstop when Maury Wills was hurt. He's having a good season so far this year. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. And he takes a walk. Here's Jeff Torborg, sitting .218, no home runs, 14 runs batted in. Torborg was doing a decent job filling in for Tom Heller when he was injured and when Bill Sudeikis wasn't available to catch. Fastball, ball 1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Inside, ball 2. Ball 3, 3 balls, 1 strike. It's a base hit up the middle. Agee has it. Grabarkowitz rounds second, takes third. Agee has a lot of range in center field, but he doesn't have the strongest arm out there. None of the Mets outfielders right now are very strong in the arm department. Here is shortstop Maury Wills. He's hitting .282 with no home runs, 23 runs batted in. He also has 20 stolen bases this year. Maury Wills, he was the Rookie of the Year when he was with the Dodgers in 1959. He was the World Series MVP for the Pirates in '68. Then he went to Montreal in the expansion draft. And Montreal, later in the season, traded him back to the Dodgers. And he was the MVP in the 1969 World Series. So he's the World Series MVP 2 years in a row with two different teams. He was also the MVP in the second All-Star game in 1962. Runners at the corner, nobody out. Ball one. Ball two. Hits fly ball to right field. Swoboda is there. He's got it. And that'll score Billy Grabarkowitz. 1 out. Here's Willie Crawford. He's 2 for 5 with the Mets this series. He is filling in for the injured Willie Davis. He's hitting .219, 6 home runs, 33 runs batted in. But he's been hitting pretty good in the last week or two. Almost got away from Dyer. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Pops it up. Dyer back. But it's out of play. Crawford, it's a long fly ball. Right field. Swoboda's going back. It's gone. Home run. Home run number 7 for Willie Crawford. And that ties the game 3-3. Crawford is hitting .370 against the Mets. We got a brand new ball game here. Here is Von Joshua. Another of the Dodgers' young phenoms, along with guys like Bill Russell, Steve Garvey, Bill Buckner, Tom Paciorek. Guys that are shuttling back and forth between Los Angeles and Spokane right now, but won't be in the very near future. Joshua's 22 years old. He's hitting .188, 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. He's filling in right now for Bill Russell and Andy Costco. It's a grounder to second. Martinez has it. Throw to first, 2 outs. Here's Claude Osteen. He's hitting .159, no home runs and 11 runs batted in on the season. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. But the Dodgers get 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, no one left. We played 2. Mets 3, Dodgers 3. For the Mets in the third will be Cleon Jones, Don Clendenin, and Tommy Agee. Jones is 1 for 1. He singled on the infield, beating out the grounder to Wes Parker. It's a 2-2 pitch. It's a bouncer to short. Wills up with it to throw to first. Bang, bang, play. He's out. Here's Don Clendenin. He is 1 for 1. He doubled in the first and drove in Jones with the first run of the game. The 0-2 pitch. It's a grounder to third. Grabarkowitz to first. 2 outs. Here's Tommy Agee. He is 1 for 1. He hit a 2-run homer in the first. 3-2 pitch. It's fly ball to left. Mote is there, and he's got it. 3 up and 3 down. Nothing across for the Mets in the top of the third. We are tied at 3. Bottom of the third will be Manny Mota, Wes Parker, and Ted Sizemore. Mota's 0 for 1. He flied to deep left in the first. Mota has a 9-game hitting streak going right now. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's a bouncer to third. Foy up with it to first. 1 out. Here's Wes Parker. He's 0 for 1. He flied deep down the left field line. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a base hit into right field. Spota throws it back in. Parker's hitting .447 against the Mets this year. Here's Ted Sizemore. He's 0 for 1. He flied to deep left. Back in that first inning when all 3 of the outs were flies to Cleon Jones. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 2 called. Ball too close. Ball 1. It's fly ball at center. Agee drifting over, and he's got it. That's 2 away. Here is Billy Grabarkowitz. He walked last time up. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 2. Little high. Ball 1. 1 ball. 2 strikes. 2 outs. It's a 2-2 pitch. High. Ball 3. Full count. 2 outs. The payoff pitch. It's a line drive to third. Right at Foy. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We played 3. Mets 3, Dodgers 3. For the Mets, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. For the Dodgers, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Tommy Agee hit a 2-run homer in the first, and Willie Crawford hit a 2-run homer in the second. And now let's take a look around the league. Bottom of the 10th in Kansas City. Indians and Royals are tied at 1. Ray Flossy's 3 for 4 so far today. That is Steve Hargan against Tom Bergmeyer. Hargan is making his first appearance since going on the disabled list in April and having a short minor league stint at Wichita. Final at Yankee Stadium. Yankees beat the A's 2-0. Steve Klein with the win. Raleigh Fingers with the loss. That'll keep the Yankees right behind the Indians and the Red Sox. Final in Baltimore. Orioles 5, the Twins 3. Merv Rettenman 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs. That was Jim Palmer getting his 14th win. And Jim Perry taking the loss. He is 7-10. Final at Fenway Park. Red Sox 16. Brewers 7.
Danny Walton hit his 15th home run. Gary Peters gets the win for Boston. He is 9-5. Final in Washington. Senators 3, the Angels 1. George Brunette gets the win. He's 5-5. And Rudy May takes the loss for California. He is 9-4. Top of the ninth in the Astrodome. Cubs and Astros are tied at 3. That's Ken Holtzman, who's been having a very difficult year for the Cubs, versus Fred Gladding. And the top of the fourth at Candlestick Park. Giants lead the Expos 6-0. Jim Ray Hart recently called back up to the majors. Has his second home run. That is Juan Marichal against Mike Marshall. Juan Marichal had that infection in spring training and felt weak through much of the early season. He's 4-10. Jim Ray Hart just called back up from the minors. It wasn't that long ago. He was the MVP in the National League. In the fourth inning for the Mets will be Swoboda, Joe Foy, and Duffy Dyer. Swoboda's 0 for 1. Sitting 118 against the Dodgers. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball to center. Crawford's there, and he has it. 1 out. It's Joe Foy. He grounded out to Parker last time up. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. First strikeout of the game for Osteen. Here's Duffy Dyer, who's 0 for 1. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Sizemore to first. 3 outs. Nothing across for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We're tied at 3. For the Dodgers in the fourth, we Torborg, Wills, and Crawford. Torborg singled in the center, or in the second. The 0-2 pitch. Hits a bouncer to third. Foy charges it to throw to Clendenin. 1 out. It's Maury Wills. He had a sacrifice fly that scored Billy Grabarkowitz in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch. It's a slow roller to first. Clendenin tosses to Kuzman, covering the bag. 2 outs. Here's Willie Crawford. He hit a 2-run homer last time up. Sitting 2-1 pitch. It's a bouncer down the third base line, but that's foul. It's a fly ball to right. Swoboda is there, and he's got it. 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nothing. No one left. After 4, it is 3-3 for the Mets. In the fifth will be Martinez, Kuzman, and Harrelson. Here's Ted Martinez. He singled in the second inning in his first ever Major League at-bat. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hits a grounder to first. Parker, he'll take it himself. 1 out. Here's Kuzman. He had a sacrifice bunt last time up. The 2-0 pitch. It's a fly ball to center. Willie Crawford's there, and he's got it. 2 outs. It's Bud Harrelson, who's 0 for 2 today. The 2-2 pitch. It's a pop up to third. Grabarkowitz in foul ground, and he's got it. Nothing across for the Mets in the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. New York 3, Los Angeles 3. For the Dodgers in the bottom of the fifth will be Von Joshua, Claude Osteen, and Manny Mota. Joshua's 0 for 1 today. He grounded to second. It's a bouncer to the pitcher. Kuzman. Got it. Throw to first. 1 out. It's Claude Osteen's 0 for 1. He struck out. 1-0 pitch. It's a liner to second. And Martinez has it. 2 outs. Indians and Royals are still tied at 1 apiece, and the game has moved into the 13th inning. Here's Manny Mota, who's 0 for 2. He's got a 9-game hitting streak. It's a base hit into center field. He has hit in 10 straight games. Here's Wes Parker, who's 1 for 2. He singled in the third. 10th inning at the Astrodome. The Cubs have taken a 6-3 lead over Houston. Check the swing, but that hit the corner. Strike 2. Check swing. They appeal to first. No swing. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We have played 5 at Dodger Stadium. And it's 3-3. We have an official game. Both teams have the same line. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Mets have left 1 man on base. The Dodgers left 2 men on base. It's Cleon Jones leading off in the 6th for the Mets. He's 1 for 2 with an infield single. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Here's Don Clendenin. He's 1 for 2. He doubled in the first and scored Cleon Jones. The 3-2 pitch. It's fly ball to right. Joshua is there, and he's got it. 2 outs. And at the Astrodome in the 10th, the Cubs scored another run. They're up 7-3. Tommy Agee's 1 for 2. He hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nothing across for the Mets in the 6th. Go to the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 3. We've got a heck of a pitcher's duel going on here at Dodger Stadium. Neither pitcher looked sharp in the first 2 innings. But they've been dealing it since the 3rd. For the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th, it'll be Sizemore, Grabarkowitz, and Torborg. Sizemore, he's 0 for 2 today. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. Here is Billy Grabarkowitz. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He scored a run in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He looked at strike 2. High and in, ball 1. Too high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Too high again, ball 3. Full count. 13th inning in Kansas City. The Indians have taken a 2-1 lead over the Royals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Kuzman. Here's Jeff Torborg. He's 1 for 2. He's singled in the second. Too high, ball 1. Outside and too low, ball 2. It's a grounder to second. Martinez only play to first. 2 outs, and Sizemore advances to second. Here's Maury Wills. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and a run batted in today. Ball 1. Strike 1 called. That was off speed. Ball 2. Hits a liner down a left field line, but that's foul. Kuzman's throwing some real slow stuff right now. Fastball, he pops up to short. Harrelson's there, and he makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. After 6, we are tied at 3. 7th inning for the Mets will be Ron Swoboda, Joe Foy, and Duffy Dyer. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Pops it up. Grabarkowitz in foul ground. Takes it. 1 out. Here's Joe Foy. He is 0 for 2 today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He pops it up on the infield. Grabarkowitz calls for it, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here's Duffy Dyer, who's 0 for 2. Bottom of the 10th in the Astrodome. Looks like the Astros are rallying. They cut the Cubs' lead to 7-5. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hits a bouncer to short. Wills. Throw to Parker. Bang, bang play. He's safe. Base hit for Dyer. That's the Mets' first hit since the 2nd inning. Here's Martinez. He's 1 for 2. He was the last one who had gotten a hit. His first major league at bat was in the 2nd inning, and he got a single. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Too high. Ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ball 4. First walk of the game given up by Osteen. Here's Kuzman. He is 0 for 1, and he has a sacrifice bunt. Strike 1 called. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Strike 3. He chased one out of the zone. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. New York 3, Los Angeles 3. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Mets. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They have both left 3 men on base. Have a couple of finals. Cleveland beat Kansas City in 13 innings, 2-1. Steve Hargan gets the win. He went all the way, pitching 13 innings on his first start back. Final at Comiskey Park, White Sox beat the Tigers 8-2. Bobby Knupp went 3 for 4. Joe Horland got the win. He is 7-10. Mickey Lolich takes a loss. He's 8-10. And a final at the Astrodome. Cubs beat the Astros 7-5. Jim Hickman hit his 20th home run. Ken Holtzman got the win. He is 5-12. And Jack DeLauro took the loss for Houston. He's 1-1. Bottom of the 7th for the Dodgers. And Willie Crawford, Von Joshua, and Claude Osteen. Willie Crawford, he is 1 for 2. He hit a home run in the second inning that tied the game. And there hasn't been any scoring since then. 1-1 pitch. Hits a bouncer to first. Clendenin tosses to Koosman. Bang, bang, play. The throw pulled Koosman off the bag. That's an error on Clendenin. And Crawford is on first. Here's Von Joshua, who's 0 for 2. This is a situation where that'll give a manager some ulcers because it would probably be prudent to pinch hit for Joshua, but there's nobody really on the bench to take his spot. Nope, they're calling him back. Steve Garvey coming to pinch hit for Von Joshua. Garvey's hitting .206, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. He's hitting .182 as a pinch hitter. 2 for 11 as a pinch hitter. Swing and a miss, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Low, ball 1. Garvey, he is just hitting the ball like crazy down in Spokane, and manager Tommy Lasorda there just can't believe the talent he has down there. Strike 3 called. 1 out. Here is Claude Osteen. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line drive out to Martinez. Bunts it. Dyer up with it. His only throw is the first. Throws to Martinez. Covering, and Osteen is out, and Crawford takes second. Here is Manny Mota. He's 1 for 3. Singled last time up. He has a 10-game hitting streak. Fouls it back. Strike 1. It's a base hit into center field. Crawford rounds third. And he'll score. And the Dodgers take a 4-3 lead. Here's Wes Parker. He's 1 for 3. Hit a single in the third. 7th inning in San Francisco. The Giants lead the Expos 6-3. Parker's hitting .433 in July. It's a sharp grounder to first. Clendenin takes it himself for the out, but the Dodgers get one run, one hit, one error, one left. We played 7. Dodgers lead 4-3. And the Dodgers make some changes on defense. Ted Sizemore moves over to play right field. Billy Grabarkowitz moves from third to second, and Steve Garvey stays in the game to play third. For the Mets in the 8th, it will be Bud Harrelson, Cleon Jones, and Don Clendenin. Harrelson is 0 for 3 today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's Cleon Jones. He's 1 for 3. He had an infield hit in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch. It's a liner. Down the right field line. Sizemore. After it. All the way to the wall. Jones rounds second. And he stops at second. That is his 24th double of the year. He's having a good season. Don Clendenin, he's 1 for 3. He doubled in the first and drove in Cleon Jones for the Mets' first run of the game. He fouls it back. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Hits a bouncer to the pitcher. Osteen up with it. Throws the first. 2 outs. And Osteen had time to look Cleon Jones back to second. 2 outs. Runner on second. Tommy Agee's 1 for 3. He hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. He's hitting .302 in July. He got a piece of it. Fouled it right over the umpire's head. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. He swung at ball 1. Count is 0-2. That was up and in. Ball 1. Strike 3. He is called out on strikes. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is the Dodgers 4, the Mets 3. They are talking to Claude Osteen in the dugout. Apparently seeing how he feels and if he could come back out for the 9th inning. Dodgers have Pete Mickelson warming up in the bullpen. In the bottom of the 8th, it will be Ted Sizemore, Bill Grabarkowitz, and Jeff Torborg. Sizemore, he is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's hitting .362 against left-handers. The 0-2 pitch. Grounds to third. Foy up with it. To first, 1 out. Here is Billy Grabarkowitz, who's 0 for 2. He got on base in the 2nd inning with a walk. Scored the first Dodger run. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Strikeout number 5 for Jerry Koosman. Here's Jeff Torborg, who's 1 for 3. He singled up the middle in the 2nd. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Base hit in right field. Torborg looked like he was swinging for the fences there. There's Maury Wills. He is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. He drove in the Dodgers' first run in the second inning, hitting .353 in July. Fouls it back, strike one. Hits a bouncer to second. Martinez, throw to first. 3 outs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. Dodgers 4, Mets 3. In the 9th inning for the Mets will be Ron Swoboda, Joe Foy, and Duffy Dyer. Claude Osteen's back out. Swoboda is 0 for 3. Sitting 088 in July. The 0-1 pitch. Hits fly ball left. Moda's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Joe Foy, he's 0 for 3. Ground out, strikeout, and a pop out. It's fly ball to right. Sizemore's there, and he's got it. Mets are down to their final out. Here's Duffy Dyer. 1 for 3. He singled last time up in the 7th inning. The 2-0 pitch. Hits a grounder to second. Grabarkowitz to first. 3 outs, and that's the game. Dodgers 4, Mets 3. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Mets. Had a couple of complete games. Both pitchers look very, very good today. Claude Osteen gets the win. He's 13-6. Jerry Koosman takes the loss. He is 3-2. Mets left 4 men on base. Dodgers left 5. Tommy Agee hit a 2-run homer in the first. Willie Crawford hit a 2-run homer in the second. Time of the game, 2 hours and 29 minutes. Manny Mota drove in the go-ahead run for the Dodgers in the 7th. And Willie Crawford is named star of the game for the Dodgers. Once again, our final score, Los Angeles 4, New York 3. Hope you enjoyed the game, and thank you for watching.